Okay, good day. This is Kaypacha with the weekly Pele report. And I want to take you on a little journey out here to the secret beach. This is an astrology report, actually, for the week of November 18th of 2015. And I'm here just south of Byron Bay in Australia because it's too crowded up there. I think they call this 7 Mile Beach here. Let me give you a little shot of the whole beach. I know it's windy. It's too windy. So I'm going to come back over here and try to find a place that's not too windy. But let me give you some astrological aspects, since that's what this is about. As soon as I negotiate, some frickin' wave comes right in and blasts just as I'm trying to walk through here giving a Pele report. Sometimes life cooperates and sometimes it doesn't. And you know what? This might just be one of those times when it's not. One of those weeks when it's not, one of those months when it's not, one of those years when it's not. Oh my God! You know, this is Venus conjunct Black Moon Lilith, like right now, as I speak. And Mars came into Libra conjunct Black Moon Lilith right now. Just going on. Mars finally is exact with her December 1st. So we got a couple weeks of Mars on Lilith in Libra, the sign of Mars' detriment. Yeah. In the meantime, Venus is coming up to oppose Uranus. Rut-row, squaring Pluto. That is the chart that I drew. The moon is coming around and it's going into Aries. So we're going to have the moon occult Uranus opposing Venus, squaring Pluto. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's really happening all weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So this is really quite the time. I'm going to talk to you about a little bit more about what that means. In the meantime, God, there's always so much going on, man. And I was on the radio this morning, and these guys talk so fast. And I'm just trying to, you know, it's like you get tired listening. I'll try not to talk too fast. I don't want to tire you out. Mercury goes into Sagittarius Friday. And then the Sun joins Mercury and Saturn in Sagittarius on Sunday. And again, we're going to have a Sun Mercury-Saturn conjunction in Sagittarius, also going on at the same time as Venus-Mars-Lilith in Libra. Okay, even they're sextile each other. So these next couple of weeks we have these two stelliums going on simultaneously. Well, let me just sit down and try to figure out what the hell that means. Okay. Okay, everybody. Hope you can hear me with that surf in the background. Let's see what's going on here. I don't want to be in a hurry. There's a lot of depth, obviously, with the Sun in the late degrees of Scorpio. The sign of death and resurrection. Both the Scorpion and the Eagle. The underworld experience leads to a transformation of the old, a letting go of the old, forms, manifestations of power to give birth to Sagittarius, a deeper, higher, expanded meaning, belief, understanding. And so we see that this time of year, as the Sun moves through Scorpio, is a time of bumping up against forces beyond our control, be they people or armies or terrorists or whatever, that really threaten the status quo, that threaten our beliefs, that threaten our lives, and what we are doing with our lives, and why we're doing what we're doing, and where this is all leading. I mean, it leads to deep, deep questions. And I gotta say, these deep, deep questions are going to be continuing. Yes, as I've said before, 2016 I see as the year of the great purification. And this purification is a purifying, a purging process of outmolded, of moldy, old, outworn beliefs, old ways of living, of doing, of acting, of treating each other. Let's look at Libra. Let's look at this whole Venus, Mars, Black Moon, Lilith. Black Moon Lilith moving through Libra. She goes around every 9 years, spends, 10 months or so in a sign. And she's right, moving into the heart of Libra. And this is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Are we in balance? Obviously not. Yeah? I mean, to me, this is like the culmination of the ending of the old patriarchy, the old 6,500 years of men fighting men for more power, for more territory, for more money, for more oil, for more riches. It's a very self-centered, I, me, my, exclusive, excluding the good of the group, the good of the whole, the good of the village, the good of the feminine. In astrology, the feminine is earth and water. The inner, it's the ability to connect. Water unites spiritually, emotionally. Earth unites physically. And this is about uniting. And the masculine is fire and air. Separate. Awaken. Individualize. Get in touch with my unique, self. I mean, we just went through all of that with Jupiter and Leo. And these need to be coming into balance. But what we see is, whether it's religions or governments or terrorists or bankers or families, we've got an old system in place, that is about scarcity. There's only so much, and you better you better take care of yourself and your family and assert and overpower and conquer and dominate. It's just this old masculine bullshit, about take. Instead of balancing with this feminine, which is the ability to listen. Venus, is about listening. Libra is about listening, compromising, cooperating. So, right as these Paris bombings came around, Mars was on the north node of the moon. The north node of the moon is our future evolution. And Mars is assertion. And it's finding new ways of asserting our needs that are what? And this is the real powerful thing that I really kind of sense here. With Venus coming into oppose Uranus and square Pluto, and Saturn being joined by the Sun and Mercury. This is a time to, in a way, subjugate. Make our own personal will, which is Mars and Aries, subservient to the good of the other, which is Libra. Mars in Libra is there for, 6 weeks or so. And Sun, Saturn, Mercury is coming together to say it's the needs of the community. Saturn square Neptune is the needs of the planet. Saturn is the needs of the future generations. It's like we're just kind of getting this big, huge dose. It's like, how much carnage do we need to see? How much destruction, pain, and suffering do we as individuals need to see before we have had enough or learned enough to come to the peace tables, not needing a solution, not needing to win, but to just find another way besides the old domination and violence. There are other ways of asserting ourselves. Yeah, I mean, what is Libra? Diplomacy, tact, law. It is, you know, peace through nonviolent communication. So this is just like really an important time. It's an important time of learning our lessons. Like if we haven't gotten it enough, we are seeing the results of thousands of years of asinine religions and asinine leaders and asinine belief systems that are just, you know, all about conquering, naming, controlling, and holding firm. And it doesn't work anymore. The feminine is about change, the strength to change, how much it requires to let go and to flow and to surrender into union. So the other, you know, the upside of this, hello, Mars, Venus with Black Moon, Lilith, and Libra, this is profound intimacy, profound means of connection, and seeing through the forms. Scorpio is the death of the old forms, but underneath the form is a spiritual intention, is a soul intention that lives on and brings new forms and destroys the old forms. There is a deep mystery. It's the mystery of life and death, and of transformation through alchemy, and through surrendering and uniting and doing something more together than we could ever do alone. And part of that is just admitting, and this is the shadow of, you know, Black Moon Lilith in Libra. Libra wants love, wants relationship, wants partnership. And the shadow of Libra that can be Black Moon Lilith is the denial. I do not need you. I do not need love. I do not need relationship. It hurts too much for me to admit to myself that I am incomplete or lonely or needing love. It hurts too much, so I'm going to suppress it, stuff it, deny it, and it becomes shadow. And when I suppress and deny, I get angry. And when I get angry, I do things impulsively, yeah? And I displace my anger, which is really at myself, or at life, or at God, and I place it on you, or you. And then I do stuff that I regret later on a soul level, if not consciously. So we're looking at shadow, we're working with shadow, we're dealing with shadow, and of course each one of us, as we personally do our own work, and we come into a place of, yes, I am not whole and complete totally unto myself. I need relationship, I need love, I need partnership, I need to experience myself. I came to this dimension, I came to planet Earth, I separated myself to experience that union on a physical, sexual, emotional level. It's like, yeah. So this is also a time when, if we get over our denial and our avoidance and we open up to the truth about being a human being, about being a man, about being a woman, you know, about wanting union and connection. And it's humbling. Scorpio is humbling. Relationships are humbling, but the results are orgasmic. The results are like, yeah, you know, when I do realize and fulfill those deep needs, I feel better than I ever felt before. So this is also a time You know, where we can like deny and suppress and go down and get, you know, depressed, you know, and just involute and like want to blow up like a fucking suicide bomber, man. It's like, I can't stand the intensity of it anymore. Or we can break down and open up like an egg. Crack your egg. Crack your heart open. And it hurts at first. It's vulnerable. You know, ooh, I need love. I need relationship. You know, I'm not, you know, as great or whole and complete a goddess unto myself. Ba-boom. Come on. Yeah, it's crazy nuts. So, brings me to the mantra, because I could go on and rave about this forever. And I didn't even pull it out this time. Nice. Like a tiny star in the deep black night, I'm a tiny point of light that may be surrounded by anger or fear, but will love with all my might. Like a tiny star in the deep black night, I'm a tiny point of light that may be surrounded by anger or fear, but will love with all my might. So these are times. It's the light raying out into the darkness. This is not a time to be overcome by the darkness. This is a time to shine your love light even brighter and wider and more powerful than ever before, and be a brilliant source of love into the anger or the fear or the sadness or the suffering. I mean, I know we're all sensitive, and it's easy to get overwhelmed by the bad news and the heavy shit that's going on. And it's like, this is where we've got to really be. We got to walk the talk. This is the time to keep on shining and keep on loving and keep on opening when it's so tempting to shut down, close down, hide out, go away, ignore, turn it all off, and go back into Pisces. I'm really encouraging you, you know, to stay with it and find the light, find the positive, find a deeper meaning, find where this could possibly lead in the future. What can we learn collectively and personally through all this bullshit? And there is a positive, expansive lesson in all of this for each and every one of us, or we wouldn't be experiencing it in our collective reality. And this is what Scorpio wants, and moving into Sagittarius. The deeper meaning that Spirit is trying to show us through the transformation and through all the death of old forms and birth of new forms. Got that? Whoa. Oh my God. Okay, one more time. See if I can manage it. Jesus. Like a tiny star in a deep black night, I'm a tiny point of light that may be surrounded by anger or fear, but will love with all my might. Namaste, aloha, so much love.